Carlos Alcaraz's plans: mini Grand Slam in Doha, exhibition in Puerto Rico. The Spanish tennis player will continue on hard courts until the end of Miami. His next stop will be in Doha, where 6 top 10 players will gather: Sinner, Djokovic, de Minaur. Carlos Alcaraz successfully completed his first stop after the Australian Open. This season, the Spanish player decided to skip the South American Clay Tour, Buenos Aires and Rio, to play more tournaments on hard courts. His time in Rotterdam allowed him to claim his first title of 2025 and win his first indoor tournament. He now knows what it's like to win on clay, grass, hard court, and indoors. This schedule will allow Carlitos to stay on the same surface until the end of March. He continues on hard courts in Doha, then moves to Indian Wells and the Miami Masters 1000 before transitioning to clay in Monte Carlo. In Doha, February 17th to 22nd, up to 6 top 10 players will compete, including Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic. The Italian, after winning the Australian Open, withdrew at the last minute from Rotterdam, where he would have defended his title. Meanwhile, the 24-time Grand Slam champion will return after retiring due to injury in the Australian Open semi-finals. This week, he will resume training, and if there are no setbacks, he will be in the tournament alongside Alex de Minaur, ranked number 6, Daniil Medvedev, number 8, and Andrei Rublev, number 10. The Doha tournament gives Alcaraz another opportunity to close the points gap with Zverev in the race for the number 2 ranking. After Rotterdam, he has reduced the difference by 500 points. Before Indian Wells and Miami, Alcaraz will make a stop in Puerto Rico. On March 2nd, he will play an exhibition match against American Frances Tiafoe. Dubbed the Battle of Legends, the event will take place at the José Miguel Agrelot Coliseum in San Juan, which has a capacity of 18,000 people. Last year's edition featured Venus Williams and Monica Puig. Then come the 2 key stops on the U.S. Tour: Indian Wells, March 5th to 16th, and Miami, March 19th to 30th. In Indian Wells, Alcaraz will seek his 3rd consecutive title. This feat hasn't been achieved since Djokovic did it between 2014 and 2016. In both of Alcaraz's finals, his opponent was Medvedev. In Miami, after becoming the youngest champion in 2022, at 18 years and 333 days old, and the first Spaniard to win the title, he reached the semifinals in 2023 and the quarterfinals in 2024, which opens the door for him to gain more points in the ATP ranking this year. Alcaraz will arrive later to the clay season. Last year, he missed Monte Carlo, Barcelona, Conde de Godó, and Rome due to a forearm injury. He only played the Mutua Madrid Open but was eliminated in the quarterfinals before heading to Roland Garros. This season, he only defends 200 points, so he has the chance to earn more and reach the French Open as the world number 2. The taxman takes half of Carlos Alcaraz's Rotterdam prize money. Carlos Alcaraz has won his first trophy of 2025 in Rotterdam, an ATP 500 event that comes with a significant cash prize. However, the Spanish player will not receive the full amount, as a large portion will be deducted by tax authorities. The tournament winner receives €436,000, an amount equivalent to what a player earns for reaching the quarterfinals of the Australian Open. His opponent, Alex de Minaur, took home $241,650, half of what the champion received. Since Alcaraz's tax residency is in Spain, he is subject to income tax, IRPF, according to general rates. The IRPF consists of 2 parts, the national rate and the regional rate, which, in his case, depends on Murcia. At the national level, for earnings over €300,000, the tax rate is 24.5%. Regionally, for earnings above €60,000, he must pay 22.5%. This results in a total of 47% of his prize money being taxed, amounting to €204,920. This is nothing new for Alcaraz, who has won major titles with substantial financial rewards. For winning Wimbledon, he received €3.2 million, of which the tax authorities took €1.504 million, again, 47% of his earnings. Carlos Alcaraz becomes the first Spaniard to conquer Rotterdam. Alcaraz secured victory in 1 hour and 53 minutes after a 3-set match, 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. With this win, he surpassed his coach, Juan Carlos Ferrero, in career titles and claimed his first title on an indoor court. Additionally, Carlos Alcaraz is the first Spanish player in history to win in Rotterdam. Only 2 Spaniards had previously reached the final but fell short. Ferrero attempted it in 2004 against Lleyton Hewitt, and Rafa Nadal came close in 2009 but lost to Andy Murray. Carlos Alcaraz breaks records in Rotterdam and surpasses Rafa Nadal. The Mercian tennis star achieved more than just a title with his victory in Rotterdam. He silenced critics after the Australian Open and overcame some of his biggest challenges on the court to secure his first title of the season. He did so by defeating Alex de Minaur in the final, where he dominated and won 6-4, 3-6, 6-2. But this title carries even greater significance. The world number 3 has achieved several milestones with this victory. The most notable for Spanish tennis is that he once again surpasses Rafa Nadal in one of his records while also setting a new international milestone. Alcaraz has become the first Spaniard to win this tournament, something even the legendary Mallorcan couldn't accomplish. Furthermore, he is now the youngest player to win a title on all surfaces, at 21 years and 9 months old. This surpasses Nadal, who completed the feat at 22, and also edges out Federer, who held the record by just 1 month. Carlos Alcaraz dominates with his Rotterdam triumph. But this isn't the only record he has achieved, he has also reached several other significant milestones. Alcaraz has proven that the student surpasses the master, as this is his 17th career title, while his coach, Juan Carlos Ferrero, won 16 titles during his career. I'm very happy to be the first Spaniard to win in Rotterdam, to have surpassed Juan Carlos in the number of titles. We always have a little rivalry, Carlitos said after his victory. Beyond this friendly competition with his mentor, Alcaraz has also overcome doubts about his ability to win on indoor courts. In the past, these surfaces had been a challenge for him, but now he has taken a big step in his progression and broken through that barrier. Carlos Alcaraz takes a shot at Jannik Sinner. One of Alcaraz's biggest goals is to become world number 1, though it won't be easy with Jannik Sinner currently holding the top spot. However, Alcaraz has managed to close the gap with his Rotterdam title. He gained 500 points for his victory, while the Italian lost the same amount for not defending his title. As a result, Carlitos has narrowed the ATP ranking gap by 1,000 points and is now in pursuit. Sinner matches Alcaraz in weeks at number 1 in the ATP rankings. Only 17 players in history have accumulated 36 weeks at the top of the ATP rankings, and 2 of them are Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. The Italian now matches the record previously set by the Spaniard, and both will continue striving to increase their total in the coming years. Sinner's rise to the top of the rankings has been a testament to his consistency, dedication, and impressive performances in recent months. After his remarkable victory at the Australian Open, where he secured his first Grand Slam title, the Italian cemented his place as one of the best players in the world. His ability to perform at the highest level in crucial moments has allowed him to accumulate points and challenge the very best, including Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic. For now, Sinner is guaranteed to remain number 1 for several more weeks, which gives him a chance to extend his lead in the rankings. He is also approaching some significant milestones, with legendary players like Ilia Nastase, 40 weeks, Andy Murray, 41 weeks, and Gustavo Kuerten, 43 weeks, just ahead of him. If he maintains his form and continues to win key tournaments, he could soon surpass them and further solidify his legacy in the sport. Meanwhile, Alcaraz remains a serious contender for the top spot and will look to reclaim it in the coming months. His strong schedule, which includes upcoming Masters 1000 events in Indian Wells and Miami, presents a great opportunity to gain valuable points. As the battle for supremacy between Sinner and Alcaraz intensifies, tennis fans can expect an exciting rivalry that could shape the sport for years to come. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like. Here at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best content for the best audience. We offer in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and comprehensive coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and experience the excitement of the tournaments with us. At Tennis Zone, we strive to provide you with up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in the tennis world.